Good morning, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. It's Thursday, August 28th, 2025, and this is your AM update.
Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community has lost their sense of common humanity.
A mass shooting targeting Christian children at a Catholic school and church, and the left quick to excoriate guns and prayer.
Baby Emmanuel was abused. Because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries.
Investigators speaking out for the first time about the arrest of missing baby Emmanuel Haro's parents and the evidence they have against them. And as Democrats struggle to appeal to voters, new polling insights offer an easy win: crackdown on crime. But will they? All that and more coming up in just a moment on your AM update. Who's really on your side when it comes to your health? Insurance companies? Bureaucrats? Pharmacies that refuse valid prescriptions? Not so much. Too many parts of our healthcare system are working against you, blocking proven treatments, jacking up prices, making you jump through hoops that are unnecessary. This is why I want to tell you about All Family Pharmacy, an independent pharmacy that's on your side, fighting for your medical freedom, making it simple to get the treatments you trust without the insurance runaround. Just order online. A licensed doctor will review your request, and your medication ships straight to your door. It's fast, simple, and secure. Right now, ivermectin and mebendazole are 25% off, starting at just $2 a capsule. And you can save another 10% off with code Megyn10. Choose from over 200 medications: antibiotics, hydroxychloroquine, NAD+, antivirals, and more, all with a prescription included. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Megyn and use the code Megyn10 to save today. That's All Family Pharmacy, where your health and your choice matters. New details about the horrifying attack on a Catholic church and private K-8 school in Minneapolis. Students and staff of Annunciation Church celebrating the first Mass of the school year when a shooter opened fire from outside, raining bullets through the stained glass windows. 2 children, ages 8 and 10, were killed. 14 more children wounded, along with 3 adults in their 80s. All those injured are expected to survive, thank God. A 5th grade student telling Fox 9 News what he experienced.
It was very scary. It was like my friend got shot in the back. He's in the hospital right now. I think he's gonna be okay. He was like laying on top of me, like making sure I was safe, and he got hit. So that was really brave of him. It was super scary because like we've never practiced it in the church. We've only practiced it in the main school. So we really didn't know what to do. We just got into the pews and he shot through the stained glass windows.
We've only practiced it in the main school. Our poor kids having to grow up like this. The alleged suspect, whose name we choose not to report because doing so provides the infamy these mass shooters seek, is a 23-year-old male who identified as female. He turned the gun on himself at the scene. According to a yearbook obtained by CNN, he graduated from the school in 2017. His mother reportedly worked there until her 2021 retirement. Authorities say he had no prior criminal record, but a pair of YouTube videos he appears to have posted revealing a deeply disturbed individual. The videos show a demented, handwritten diary with a sketch of the presumed killer staring into a mirror, seeing the devil's reflection in return. Another shows him stabbing a hand-drawn picture of a church and shows a shooting target that has Jesus in its center. Also in the videos, the shooter showing off multiple weapons, graffitied with phrases like "Kill Trump," "Where is your God?" and "For the children." FBI Director Kash Patel posting to X, quote, "The FBI is investigating this shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics." Minnesota Police Chief Brian O'Hara Wednesday afternoon with details on the investigation.
As to the weapons used to perpetrate this horrific attack, there was a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. All 3 had been lawfully purchased by the shooter. At this stage, we believe that the shooter had acted alone. There is no indication of other suspects directly involved in carrying out this attack. Our investigators are working with other agencies in the process of executing 4 search warrants One is for the church itself, where this crime occurred. The other 3 are residences nearby in the metro that are related to this shooter. Additional firearms are being recovered from those 3 residential locations as we speak.
Independent journalist Andy No posting to X, quote, "Today's killing of Christian children at a church in Minneapolis occurred in the context of a surge in far-left trans propaganda, encouraging Trantifa and other leftists to take up arms to kill transphobes and fascists. Their targets, Christians and conservatives. I have been warning and reporting on this phenomenon for years and am called a liar by liberal media and targeted with death threats by the far left." Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey on Wednesday, attempting to deflect from the facts.
I have heard about a whole lot of hate that's being directed at our trans community. Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of a place of hate for anyone. We should be operating from a place of love for our kids.
Earlier in the day, Frey chastising Christians and others who would dare turn to prayer in the wake of this horrific act.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends.
Of course, Mayor Frey had no trouble kneeling in front of George Floyd's gold casket back in 2020. He seemed to understand the value of prayer then. MSNBC's MS Now, I guess we're really doing that, host Jen Psaki ranting on X, quote, "Prayer is not freaking enough. Prayer does not end school shootings. Prayers do not make parents feel safe sending their kid to school. Prayer does not bring these kids back. Enough with the thoughts and prayers." As if conservatives advocate for no change in the wake of these tragedies, but simply want more prayer, which is entirely untrue. They want soft targets like schools to be better protected, for one thing, Jen. And the suggestion that prayer is useless is equally wrong. Archbishop Bernard Hebta oversees the Catholic communities of St. Paul and Minneapolis. On Wednesday, he offered a very different message.
Brothers and sisters, we have to be men and women of hope. Already today, I've been receiving messages from all over our country promising prayers. And I think it's the prayers of the feet as well, principle. That is, for me, is a source of hope, just as we see families stepping forward to help those who have been impacted by this terrible tragedy. Very grateful that Principal DeBoer spoke about prayer. Certainly that the bell in the Catholic Church is always a call to prayer. And so it's a reminder for us, for sure, to be praying. And we have to recognize that it's through prayer and through that prayer of the feet, through that action, that we can indeed make a difference. That has to be the source of our hope.
Coming up, authorities reveal what they believe was the cause of death in the case of missing baby Emmanuel Haro, and why Democrats faced with record-low favorability ratings just may want to borrow a page from the Trump playbook. Listen to this. Brickhouse Nutrition's Labor Day sale just went live. For a few days only, you can save 25% on everything with code LABORDAY25. Start fall off strong, reboot your health, and save big. And this massive sale includes their best-selling weight loss formula, Lean. Brickhouse Nutrition says doctor-formulated Lean helps turn excess fat into energy, reduces appetite, and curbs cravings. Lean could help you reach your weight loss goals without needles or prescriptions. Plus, you can also find Field of Greens there, a superfruit and veggie drink that promises your doctor will notice your improved health or they'll give you your money back. Plus, favorites like Radiance, their Super Collagen Booster, and even the new Brickhouse Whey Protein, it's all on sale, 25% off, but only for a few days. Kick off fall feeling stronger and more confident than ever. Head to brickhousenutrition.com. Use code LABORDAY25 for 25% off. brickhousenutrition.com, code LABORDAY25. Authorities in Riverside and San Bernardino counties in California speaking out for the first time about the case against the parents of missing 7-month-old baby Emmanuel Haro. 32-year-old Jake and 41-year-old Rebecca Haro behind bars each charged with murder and filing a false police report, too, in connection with the disappearance of their infant son, whom investigators presume is dead. Authorities arresting the pair Friday morning after determining baby Emmanuel was not kidnapped as originally claimed by Rebecca on August 14th. Riverside County DA Mike Hester on what they believe happened to Emmanuel.
The filing in this case reflects our belief that baby Emmanuel was abused, a victim of child abuse, over time, and that eventually, because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries. That's what we believe.
Hester telling the press investigators believe they know where to look for the remains, but stressing that even without recovering Emmanuel's body, prosecutors are confident they can secure a conviction.
A no-body homicide is always difficult, but obviously with an infant, we know that baby Emmanuel didn't, leave on his own or is not, didn't leave town. Obviously, it's a little different when you're talking about an infant, but we have a lot of experience in this county trying no-body homicides, and we're confident that we can gain convictions in this case.
San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes elaborating on cooperation from the parents after Jake was spotted with a search team on Sunday in Moreno Valley.
I'm not going to go into grave detail about that, but there is some level of cooperation with the suspects involved in this, and our job is to follow every lead. We have to understand what you're dealing with is an experienced child abuser that is aware of a previous case, that is aware of evidentiary things that we are certainly concerned with. So we're going to take every step to not only work with any suspect or witness involved in this, because at the end of the day, we have to bring a case to Mike and they have to charge it, and we have to make sure that every single thing, no matter what is told to us or what we discover in terms of evidence, is the right thing and that we follow it up extensively.
On Wednesday, reports surfacing that Jake confessed from behind bars to killing Emmanuel. DA Hester flatly denying those reports, then saying his office is not interested in a plea bargain with either Jake or Rebecca. Both parents due back in court on September 4th, where they are expected to enter a plea. Bail is set at $1 million each. Democrats reportedly considering a national convention before the 2026 midterms as the party struggles to gain traction with voters. An unusual move, as national conventions are typically tied to presidential election cycles. Axios reporting the event would allow Democrats to fundraise and score media attention in their bid to win back control of Congress in 2026, and could double as a launching pad for the potential 2028 presidential candidates on Team Blue. This as Democrats suffer from record low favorability, a Wall Street Journal poll from July finding 63% of voters hold an unfavorable view of the party, compared to 33% who say their view is favorable. That is the worst showing for Democrats in 35 years. On Sunday, CNN data analyst Harry Enton spelling out more troubling statistics for Dems. Republicans are dominating voter registration in swing states.
Look, the Democratic brand right now has about the appeal with the American voter as the Cracker Barrel rebrand has with the American consumers. Bad, bad, bad. What are you doing? Look, the Republican Party is in their best position at this point in the cycle since at least 2005 in all four of these key battleground states. Well, let's compare it to this point during the first Trump administration all the way back in 2017. Arizona, you got a Republican gain of 3 points. Okay, how about Nevada? Up the hill we go, even though we're sticking in the Southwest, a gain of 6 points. How about, again, we come to the East Coast, North Carolina, a gain of 8 points for the Republicans. And in the Keystone State, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, again, we're talking about a gain of 8 points. My goodness gracious, for Republicans, they are converting old former Democrats to their side of the ledger, as well as picking up new voters, registering new voters, and it absolutely paid off for them back in the 2024 election.
This comes as many top Dems are vocally opposing the Trump administration's crime crackdown in D.C., something Mr. Trump would like to expand to other cities and states. One speaker from a Criminal Justice Reform Institute telling fellow Dems at the DNC summer meeting to lean into the debate, but not to get distracted by things that don't actually matter to Americans, like carjackings.
Call out what Trump is doing and say, the reason crime is going down, our communities are becoming safer, is because of us. Where does Trump go? Migrant crime, carjackings, the really lurid, awful stuff that is a crazy, crazy visual. Don't take the bait, because most Americans are more worried about how are we going to address mental health issues the visible homelessness that we see on streets? And how do we deal with mental health and other issues that drive the sort of random incidents that scare all of us? That's what you should be talking about. That's where you should be focused. Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans.
As it turns out, new AP polling showing 81% of Americans are, in fact, deeply concerned about crime in big cities. 55% say deploying the National Guard to assist local police is acceptable, compared to 37% who disagree. President Trump's federal takeover of D.C. police and reported plans to mobilize the National Guard to more troubled cities whose state governors invite them, appearing to boost his favorability. Mr. Trump's overall approval rating rising from 40% in July to 45% today, his highest ever in that poll, with 53% of adults approving of Mr. Trump's handling of crime. It's actually his best issue. And that'll do it for your AM update. I'm Megyn Kelly. Join me back here for the Megyn Kelly Show, live on SiriusXM Triumph Channel 111 at noon East, on youtube.com/Megyn Kelly, and on all podcast platforms.